All right, here we go. It's us, Kevin Mortek from UTECIT.com, and we're here today. Anybody, as my partner in crime here pointed out, anybody walking around downtown Saline will see this gentleman. And how will you know if you see him, Les?
Because he's a member of the Jets.
So it's our great pleasure to welcome in and introduce Mr. Tom Harrison, who is our COO. We were fortunate enough to steal his talents from many suitors a little while ago, and he's joined our organization. We could not be more excited to have you, Tom. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here and enjoy being part of UTEC.
Yes. Well, for those that don't know, Tom's been a confidant, a mentor, a friend. We met back at the Ypsilanti Chamber, right?
Right, but that's more than 15 years ago.
I was going to ask, how long have you guys been?
I think and probably more than that.
Mm-hmm. So, but no. So we were happy to have you. You had a venture there that you wound down, and folks anybody that's bought a wood ladder would know it's Michigan ladder, and it's high quality product, right?
It was, and Michigan Ladder was actually the oldest ladder manufacturer in the United States, founded in 1901. And when I got there in 2004, we still only manufactured wood ladders. But in 2011, we began manufacturing fiberglass and aluminum ladders. So we became the only manufacturer to make fiberglass, wood, and aluminum ladders here in the United States. Mm-hmm. So the majority of everything we sold, we manufactured, unlike our competitors.
So you're on the cutting edge of technology, your career.
As far as?
Ladders.
I suppose, yes.
Yeah, and you went from a location in Michigan. You also had a location in North Carolina at one point, right?
So the history of that company involved locations in other parts of the U.S. By the time I got there in 2004, everything had been consolidated in Ypsilanti.
Mm-hmm. But and this is all what's always neat, right? As a small business owner, right? Michigan Ladder,
sure.
UTEC, Michigan Ladder is bigger than UTEC, but still, from a business standpoint, you guys had a lot of national press, right? And from being on the Kannel report, from being in magazines, and then we'll talk about the ping pong table here.
Yeah, I want to hear that story.
So we did receive a fair amount of press. I think we did a pretty good job of kind of playing up our history and the things that we had done. And again, we were the only company to make fiberglass, wood, and aluminum ladders here in the U.S. Mm-hmm. And certainly being the oldest ladder manufacturer, we had a lot of history. So, we received a lot of favorable press as a result of that.
Well, share the ping pong table story for us.
I want to hear
your
this
maybe
one.
most famous moment, your brush with glory.
So, over Michigan Ladder's history since 1901, the company had manufactured a number of products besides ladders, furniture, kiddie climbs, diving boards, boats. But probably the most famous other product that we manufactured were a line of ping pong tables.
I did not know that.
It was called the Detroiter, and that division had been sold off before I ever came to the company. However, we still would get requests for those ping pong tables because I guess they were considered the world-class ping pong table used in the Olympics, the international competitions all over the United States, and our tables were featured in Forrest Gump. So
I was going to ask you.
All of those tables were manufactured in our factory.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it was quite a ping pong table apparently.
Square, rectangular, flat.
And the wood and the way that the balls bounced, and there's a whole...
And you and Forrest hit it off like that, too, didn't you?
I'm sorry? Well, Forrest and I were very similar.
Yes.
We had a lot in common.
So, Tom, so it sounds like you guys have had a great relationship, business as well as personal.
Yeah, we have.
Going back.
Well, you know what, Les? Yeah. So I'm sitting here, and I'm not sure about this guy, right? Because it was Saline, and really they owned Ypsilanti during his time there. But, you know, that walk around town like that, you know, I was a little unsure of until He was sitting in a chamber meeting one time talking about their marketing efforts. And then I said, I've got to know this guy. I've got to become friends with him. Yeah. He had taken ladders and he sold them to Victoria's Secrets.
Really?
And I'm thinking, how does a guy get his product into Victoria's Secrets?
And it wasn't just Victoria's Secret, but we quite literally sold thousands and thousands and thousands of ladders to retailers to be used as a retail display fixture.
I see.
And probably one of the most interesting ones was Victoria's Secret, for sure.
So when product was stacked high on the shelf,
they'd use them as a display.
Got it. That's innovative.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good business, actually.
So whether it was Forrest Gump or supermodels from Victoria's Secret,
we had
Mr.
it covered.
Harrison
we
ran
had
around
it
with them, didn't he?
We had it covered.
So,
what'd you do prior to Michigan Ladder?
So I just prior to Michigan Ladder, I'd worked for Carhartt, which is the workwear manufacturer, also based here in Detroit in Dearborn. And prior to that, I worked for Ford Motor Company.
Really? So you got a lot of good corporate background.
I would say so, sure.
Yeah. What'd you learn from that time frame?
Well, I think throughout that time, I moved around the country quite a bit. We lived overseas for a while, traveled quite a bit. And I think some of the things that I've learned from that is the fact that no matter where you go in the world, people are pretty much all the same. We may speak different languages and eat different food and have different cultures, but people are pretty much the same. I would also say that business is generally the same. Every industry has its own nuances and certain things that are unique to it, but it's all really all very similar.
Yeah.
So,
because you went from manufacturing, automobile manufacturing, clothing.
As far as
you're talking about how businesses are all the same.
Well, and it's not just a question of if they're manufacturing or not manufacturing. It's just, if you own a manufacturing company, then manufacturing is a bigger part of your business, where if you're in a service business, then manufacturing is not a factor. But those would be the differences between but business is all pretty much the same.
It's awesome.
And so I think a lot of times people think about the world and how different all of these countries and people are. The fact of the matter is, we really are not that different. We're separated by languages and culture, and otherwise, in the 80-plus countries I've been to, people are really pretty similar.
Make it for X, sell for Y, and hope there's a little difference between the two, right? If business want to run that way, and everybody wants to be treated, just with respect and dignity, and want to feel valued, and then there's the crazy nuances in between that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So Tom, what from your perspective? So you've known Kevin personally. You guys had a great relationship, good business to business relationship.
We did.
All this. What
the fact that he knew me personally was what took so long to get him on our
that
team.
I was just wondering.
The reason I came here is because I didn't know him personally.
Oh.
Had I known him personally, that might have been different. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No. So from your side of the table, what were you thinking when you were talking to Kevin when you guys first started talking?
Well, Kevin and I had talked for a little while, quite a bit last year, about my involvement in the company, and I have enormous respect for Kevin. I think UTEC's a great company, and in the things that we talked about, I was excited because I felt like, based upon my experience, I could contribute to and help him in the areas that he wanted to work on as a company. And quite frankly, if I didn't think that I could, I probably would not have taken this job.
Got it.
But because I do feel like I can contribute in the areas where he's looking for help, I thought, well, this would be a good opportunity for us to work together.
So for you, it's almost mission driven.
Well, it is, and I enjoy working on things. I enjoy fixing things. I enjoy solving puzzles, and so that's always an attractive part to this opportunity.
So Les is fishing. He's trying to trap you into saying these words. I would do this for free. So we can say.
Yeah, well, this is not my first rodeo. So.
No, and this what's fun about this is that we've needed this role, right? We've got a great sales leadership with Dan and yourself. I mean Tom Wachowski is the best in the service business, right?
Aaron.
We know Gergs has got it locked down, and with the IT, and we're doing all the right things there. I was fortunate enough to steal his controller at one point.
I think I gave her.
Gabe
As a
stole,
gift.
you
I
know,
gave you a
yes, as a gift, right? But
She's
Tracy's really
fantastic.
come in and done a nice job. But I think the one thing that I felt was missing, and for us to grow and go where we want to go, right, is we need somebody to help with the vision, but we
Right.
need somebody to really tighten it down and look at the operational side of things, right? And
Operational excellence.
yeah, and everybody says, I don't want to see how the sausage is made, but we want to see that, right? We want to see that we're proud of the team we have, we're proud of the people, and we want that to be a pretty and good site.
So in the time that I've been there, there's no question. I think UTEC has an outstanding team overall, and I think the management team is excellent. So that makes all of this a whole lot easier, quite frankly.
Yeah, and with your experience, I mean, again, you've seen big companies, right? We're talking Ford and Carhartt, and you've seen the international side, and you've had different divisions and the
awesome.
likes. Yeah, I mean, so there's a big thing, but then you've had the manufacturing background. You've had a family-run business.
Yeah. I
know family's been very important in that business to you, and so it's a nice mix to bring all those together. And I think, as Tom said a couple of times, I'm going to steal your line. Process and policy should never get in the way of servicing the customer, and that's what we wanted. We need to have it. It's got to be the backbone of the company. Otherwise, we're lost without it.
You need policies and procedures, not to sound bureaucratic about the whole thing, but at the same time, you can't let those things get in the way of making a good business decision. Because if we don't know what to do, then we can resort to those things. But if the facts and circumstances are such that we should do something else, then we need to adjust.
Yeah. And, from my side, because I've known you a short time, but I'm just want to say thank you. I mean, I can see the impact that you're making.
Good. Well, thank you.
And and the best part about it, it's a great company. People are fantastic. Every time we survey our clients, we're getting positive feedback from our clients. And I think you're the skill set that you lend in terms of operational excellence is just going to improve that client experience.
Well, and I hope it does, because at the end of the day, businesses exist to take care of their customers, and that's why businesses are here. I mean, bottom line. And sometimes people will say, "Well, it's to make money." Well, it's really to take care of our customers. If we do a good job, we're profitable and we make money, and if we don't do a good job, then we won't be.
Yeah. At the end, the customer's the only one that can fire us all.
That's true. That's true.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and we've done a great job, and we've had great leadership, and I've had other folks and friends say, "Well, isn't that a risk to upset?" Because we do have a good team there, and I said, "No, this is a supplement the good team, and this is make sure we continue to have a good team, good people. Is that as you grow, you're going to face those challenges, and I need somebody that I can trust to, watch the farm, if you will, and help make good. You got a lot of great ideas and a lot of good business input. As we grow, I need to be able to bounce that off.
Yeah, we need to mind the store, but you don't want this to be a disruptive process, because you do have a great team at the company already.
So Tom, talk. I'm going to ask you about your personal philosophies towards business and how you see that impacting us in the long run.
So I think, what I'd mentioned before, that businesses exist to take care of their customers. I think that's an important thing we have to remember. I mean, that is why we get up and go to work every day, is to take care of our customers. And I don't think people go to work, whether it's in business or government, with the idea that it is our job to take care of our customers. But that is what we do, and I think that's important. So I think my feeling is that with everybody that I've talked to, they get that. People at UTEC get that, and that's a guiding principle, and I just think that's important. I think we have to treat people decently and with respect, and there are a lot of old adages about the customer, that the customer is always right, and as I have told people over the years, the customer is not always right. They're irrational, they're unreasonable, they can be unkind. The problem is they are always the customer, and they are the ones that pay the bills. So we have to figure out how to kind of deal with customers that are that way. So,
got it.
And there's nobody better to figure it out than you.
Well, I don't know. I think this is our team for right now, so let's hope. We'll figure it out. Listen, if I don't walk in anywhere thinking I have all the answers, but I'm confident that with all of the people in that company, we'll get things figured out. And I would also just say that because of the business that we are in, the way we run our business, the automation, the technology, and the process, so forth, those are the things that we sell to our customers, and we need to exemplify that. And I think we do a great job with that, and we'll continue to improve on that.
And what do you tell us all the time?
Eat with you.
We have to eat our own dog food.
Right.
And like it.
Yeah. I remember the first time he said it, a couple of people looked at him. It's kind of strange. We got to eat our own dog food.
It won't be the only time people look at me strange.
Yeah.
I always, I've always heard it phrased, eat what you cook. And so then when you come along, he said, eat your own dog food.
That's true. We have to live it.
I'm not sure.
We have to live it.
Here, I'm out.
We have to live it. We have
I've
to
seen
believe
what my
it.
dog eats.
Yeah, right. Actually, we got a new nickname now for Tom. Tom Elpo Harrison.
Terrific.
Yeah.
I haven't had that nickname. I've had a lot of nicknames, but not that one.
So what else about you, Tom? It's just really just a chance for us to introduce you to our customers. And you've been out to meet a few already. You knew a fair amount already.
And we were one of your customers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Michigan Ladder was one of your customers. So I knew UTEC and I knew you, not just through the community activities that we were involved in, but I also knew UTEC as a customer, and we were always very happy with UTEC. And I think, there's probably no greater compliment than that, to say that we were a customer of yours and always a proud customer of UTEC's. As far as me, I was born and raised in Ypsilanti, and I went to, after high school, went to college and graduate school, and we talked about the fact that I worked for Ford Motor Company and Carhartt, and I've had the opportunity, and then Michigan Ladder, and had the opportunity to travel quite a bit, which I consider to be a real gift.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity to live in other parts of the country and overseas for a while, which is definitely a gift. And I think if anything gives me and my family a greater appreciation for what we have here in our country. And so I think other than that, I'm happily married for almost 30 years and 4 kids. And
Gina, Tom's wife,
Yeah.
top salesperson for her company this year, right?
Number one in the country. Yes, for her company, Regeneron.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Great
It was
job there.
an amazing accomplishment. Yeah, we're all very proud of her.
Yeah.
And I keep on telling Les he needs a stealer. Get her over to the good guys, right?
Don't we have a fax territory open on the east side of Detroit?
Have at it. See what you can do. She's done a great job. She's always done an outstanding job, and we're always proud of her, in addition to being a wonderful wife and mother. So
4 great kids, going to school, getting out of school, right? Just it's that fun age right now.
We have our last one graduating from high school this year.
Wow.
And then off to college. So
How old are the other? So I'm going to guess around 17, 18 for your youngest. And
So my oldest is 32.
okay.
And then the 3 youngest are 22, 20, and 17.
Wow.
So
Yeah, and Tom's mother, we got to give her a shout
Yeah,
out. She made
absolutely.
sure, if you're taking Tom on the air, make sure you give me a shout out. So I know she's a big podcast fan. So Marcia's out there listening, but she does a wonderful job. And that's why you were able to walk around Ypsilanti like that, because of Mom, right?
because she had rhythm. I don't have that rhythm, but she certainly does.
Well, good.
How much of your business success, if any, do you attribute to your mom?
Oh, I think I have said many, many times that my parents get all of the credit for whatever qualities and virtues I have, and they don't get any of the blame for all of my deficiencies and defects and so forth. I was blessed with great parents, great step-parents, and a close family, and
That's awesome.
yeah, you can't ask for more.
Yeah, I
really
think your brother just flew in this weekend, didn't he? A pilot, Delta.
He my older brother's a pilot for Delta, flew in yesterday, and to help with some things with my mother, and then we'll head back home. So
That's great.
Yeah,
Where
we're
does
very
he,
fortunate.
Where does he call home?
Austin, Texas.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So he didn't fly in January.
The weather doesn't bother him. He's from Michigan. He can handle it. Yeah, he's fine.
So, any top projects here at UTEC that anything we're looking for you, to do? Anything that top of mind?
I think the biggest thing is just to continue to work on our operational efficiency internally in terms of how the business runs and how we utilize technology and those kinds of things to make it as seamless and and run as flawlessly as it can.
I really like what you're doing with the quarterly recognition, or not sure it's going to be quarterly, but the recognition meetings. You're putting a lot of effort into that. And
Yep. So we'll have we have a company meeting on Monday with everybody in the company, and so that'll be really the first opportunity since I've been there to have everybody together.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to do those on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, and again, I've been excited because I've seen how you've kind of come in and really taking the time to get to know the people individually. You've seen the teams. I've been proud of our team because, there's always a risk, right, that they got a new guy in there and a guy calling shots and doing stuff that you disrupt the chemistry we have, and it's been seamless. I think that's a testament to your personality and abilities, and I think it's the strength of our team too, with the good people we have, that they see it's not,
Right.
There's no egos, right?
Right.
It's all to make things better.
And I think, and I appreciate you saying that, and it's important because you don't want to bring somebody in who is disruptive. Now they're going to be disruptive maybe sometimes just by virtue of the fact that they're new and they're there, but I do think you have to be, all of us, regardless of our position and what we do, we have to be respectful of the other people that we're working with. And some people are better about that than others, but I think that's important. We have to be respectful of people, their time, customers, those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another underlying philosophy of yours. I've heard you mention that probably 3 or 4 times this morning.
What's that?
Being respectful.
Oh, yeah.
To clients, internal. So that's another underlying philosophy.
For sure. And it is, and hopefully people do recognize that, but because I do think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important.
Well, remind everybody else, because when you said there was a new leader in town, everybody cheered, and I didn't know whether that was
Did I
a
say
good
that?
thing or not.
Did I say that? Hopefully that wasn't me.
But no, hey, thank you, and I appreciate what you've done so far, and I know that we're all going to appreciate what you help us do going forward, and that's a big part of it.
I appreciate you, Tom.
Well, thank you both very much. I enjoyed being here, and I appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah, and I think anybody that knows you, or if they've listened to this, they'll see them immediately that you're going to help make work fun too, right? Because that's the other thing. We don't want it to be just a job, right?
Right.
We want it to a place where
Right.
people enjoy coming
Yes.
to.
And it needs to be. Work can't be about skullduggery. It's got to be something enjoyable and that you want to do, and a good place to work and a nice environment.
Definitely. Well, get used to this podcast setup, because I'm sure we're going to have you back in here.
I was just thinking that we should get you a little bit into the regular rotation so you can.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
All the projects.
Oh, I look forward to it. Yeah, and we can update on people on what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. We got to feed that ego of his, right?
You do. I need a lot of stroking.
Well, before you go, and I know you're a big fan of some downtime and quiet enjoyment outside of work, and I know you like to have a beverage or two, but I encourage you to try this. We have some friends here that have given us a bottle of stuff to try, and I've been very intrigued by it. They were at our March Madness. It's got a nice, smooth flavor, but it's FKNG.
For kings, not gods.
Bourbon. They also have a vodka. You can find them at Resist Spirits.
ResistSpirits.com.
And so, Tom,
Okay.
I'd like to give you a little
Thank you very much.
congratulations.
Yes, thank
you're
you,
welcome.
Tom.
Right up my alley, a little bourbon.
Yes, and here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
What'd you think?
That's good. That's
I
very
know.
good.
Yeah, I tell you, it's
And
quickly
I've never
becoming-
had that before.
No, quickly becoming a favorite.
Yeah.
For kings, not gods.
Yeah.
FK and bourbon.
Yeah.
Resist Spirits. Thanks, Tom.
Hey, thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Les.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Thank you.